coach. Christy Lozano has taught physical education in Santa Barbara schools for 20 years at all three levels: elementary, junior high, and senior high school. She was head soccer coach for San Marcos girls for 6 years. She has also coached volleyball and track and field. Growing up, Christy played soccer, softball, and volleyball. She received many awards during her sports career, and her highest honor in her senior year of high school, playing girls varsity softball, was when she received CIF's Most Valuable Defensive Player Award. Christy is a United States Air Force veteran and served as part of a medical evacuation squadron in support of 9/11 and Operation Iraqi Freedom in Germany. Please welcome Christy Lozano.
Thank you, Celeste, and thank you for everyone for coming. And I think on the heels of the coach that we just heard, I coached for 30 years and I taught for 20 years, and I got the privilege of growing up under Title IX. And while I made it so far, those that have come after me have made it even farther. And that's been fun to walk with them and coach them and see the progress that's been made. And as a veteran, whenever we have freedom, it has to be protected. And I think it's a freedom that, I think in our minds, it over the generations, it comes and it goes, and we have to get our minds straight and understand that, we always have the freedom. It's when we give it away that we don't have it. And so sometimes we have to take it back. And there's a movie at the Hitchcock Theater right now called The Young Woman and the Sea. And it's a story about a woman in 1926 who swam across the English Channel. Her name was Trudy Ederle. And it's a story of an overcomer. And I think that all of us like the story of the overcomer, where somebody believes in something and maybe those around him don't believe. And I think it's that this spirit, an overcoming spirit, that is something that's important when we find ourselves in times where our freedoms are being taken and we have to do something to take it back. And so I think when we're celebrating Title IX, it's a civil right. It's something that needs to be recognized, it needs to be celebrated, and it needs to be protected. And so we might be finding ourselves in a time of protecting this law, and it's important to do that. And I think I just want to talk about the qualities of an overcomer that is the important part that we love to watch whenever there's a story of somebody who's overcome. And overcoming is to a human, not to a certain race or gender or anything like that. It's a human that needs to overcome a challenge. And as a coach, that's been my favorite thing to watch kids develop, is the ability to overcome, to work hard, to believe in themselves, to encourage each other. It's the whole process of what happens in sports, and it's something that we can see out in the open and we can celebrate with each other. So I think the most important quality of an overcomer is courage, is first the courage to do it. Secondly, they have to be willing. An athlete has to be willing to do the things or put in the effort or be part of the process. Number 3 is companionship. You need to have companions, people that push you and motivate you. Jealousy is always a killer of overcoming. And in the movie, The Young Woman in the Sea, her sister was her companion, and they were both good. They were both good swimmers. In fact, her sister was even better than her. But she wasn't jealous of it. She took it in stride, and it helped her to overcome and pushed her even further. And when you watch the movie, in the very end, when she's swimming across the English Channel, her companion was super important. Healthy competition. As a coach, I've always said the first person that you compete against is yourself, and then secondly, it's somebody else if you want to. I always try to keep it in a healthy balance. Another quality is hard work, consistency, resiliency, grit, determination. Those are all things that help build our confidence and grow us and keep us going forward. You have to believe in yourself. And you have to have others that believe in you. Even when there's only a few, it's the others that believe in you that keep you going forward. Sometimes it requires out-of-the-box thinking. You know, you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So you have to sometimes think outside the box. You always need hope. You always need encouragement. And there's always the ability, you need the ability to overcome sabotage, cheats, criticism, people that don't remain loyal to you, loneliness and discouragement. And that's what gets taught in sports. That's what gets taught to athletes, to people, anybody who wants to get somewhere and to be successful, and they have that determination and that willingness. It takes those qualities and that kind of formula to get there. And so I have experienced that personally as an athlete. I've been able to offer that to kids, and it's really fun, and it's why we're here celebrating today, and we have to also protect it. So thank you.